Never mind. Don't worry about that. We're fine.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ken, and over there is Dennis. We're the producers here at the Hive Collaborative in beautiful Provo, Utah.
We're back to announce the final 4 winners from season 1 of The 10 Show.
Yeah, and we wanted to respond to some questions we received regarding our major announcement yesterday about season 2 of The 10 Show, Filmmaker Edition.
More about that in a few minutes, but first, let's do the first things first, the awards.
Yes, the awards. Now, yesterday we announced the winner of Best Actor in a Comedic Role, Best Actress in a Comedic Role, and Best Production Design. Congratulations to all the winners. Each of them will receive one of these beauties. Yes, designed for us by our very own Davis Agel Technical Director.
Woot! Fanfare.
Fanfare.
Give that man some fanfare.
Fanfare!
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
We presented several nominees in 7 categories, then turned the matter over to our online audience. The online audience has spoken. In addition to the 10 winners will receive
Da da da.
a gift card to a restaurant of their choice.
Yeah.
Because restaurants like theaters have been taking it on the chin, and we want to show our support, bro. Restaurants.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, without further ado, let's take a look at the nominees for Best Actress in a dramatic role. Dramatic. Roll the nominees, please.
The nominees for Best Actress in a Dramatic Role are Julie Cordell Siemens, The Coriolis Effect; Susanna Castleton, Persephone; Kathy Castleton, You Haven't Changed a Bit; Zell Bromley, White Walls; Renee Caron, Hijab;
And the 10 for Best Actress in a Dramatic Role goes to Julie Cordell Siemens for The Coriolis Effect. Congratulations, Julie. We will be running an encore presentation of the play at the end of today's live stream.
All right, but first, let's take a look at the nominees for Best Actor in a Dramatic Role. Video.
The nominees for Best Actor in a Dramatic Role are Sean Hunter, ADAM; Arthur Kemp, Before the Morning Rush; Mike Cardwell, Note to Self; Joel Applegate, You Haven't Changed a Bit; Tayson Timothy, White Walls; Ben Hyde, The Coriolis Effect;
And the 10 for Best Actor in a Dramatic Role goes to Mike Cardwell for Note to Self. Mike, good job, man.
Good job, Mike. Woo! Nailed it. All right. So now let's take a look at the nominees for Best, what is it going to be now?
It's a surprise.
Best Dramatic Script.
Could be comedic script.
Oh, could be comedic script. Let's take a look.
The nominees for Best Script for a Dramatic Play are Hijab by Andrea Fleck Clark; You Haven't Changed a Bit by Donna Hook; ADAM by Rob Burke; Note to Self Kate Wiley. Merry Christmas, Good Soldier by David Beach. Persephone by Jennifer O'Grady.
Oh, we went in a different order.
Yeah.
And the Tenny for the best dramatic script
Yes.
goes to
Yes.
David Beach for Merry Christmas, Good Soldier!
Okay. Good job, David. Beautiful script, beautiful script. Now, let's take a look at the nominees for Best Comedic Script.
Yep, that's it. That's the one.
The nominees for Best Script for a Comedic Play are Teeth by Max Rubin, A Dog's Life by Ronnie Larson, The Coriolis Effect by Robert Lynn, Boxes Are Magic by Ali Costa, The Rewrite by Linda Crawford, Zombie Hearts Never Beat by Sean Abley, Queens of the Realm by Ian August.
Wow. So good. Whew. Tough one.
So many
So many.
funny scripts.
Okay.
But the 10 Show Award will go to Ali Costa for Boxes Are Magic.
You love me.
We really love you.
Well, we love you, Allie. We loved you all. You're all fantastic. All right. So, now yesterday we announced season 2 of the 10 Show Filmmaker Edition. We'd like to thank everyone for your response and encouragement for the concept.
In brief, the Filmmaker Edition is designed to be in response to the uncertain circumstances of today with everything that's going on. It will still be formatted like so. With identical budgets, filmmakers will bid to acquire a script and crew on Monday's live stream, bid to acquire a cast on Tuesday, then work like crazy to get the show ready for its premiere on Saturday.
Yeah, we've conceptualized the approach that we believe could work in such times by limiting cast and crew sizes and presenting the premieres online rather than in a public audience here at the Hive. Our hope is, of course, that circumstances will have improved to the point that we will be able to have an audience of a certain size. But if not, we will still have the ability to stream the short films online and have audiences vote. That said, we'd like to address some of the questions we've received and respond to the extent that we can at this stage. The first question, Dennis, is time frame for season 2.
Of course, circumstances can change, but right now we're gearing up in the hopes of launching this project in May 2020. It will run for 3 weeks over a 6-week period. So every other week there would be productions with the voting results show in the intervening weeks. If this changes, we'll let you know, but for now, we're trying to get things ready for that time frame so that we can hit the ground running, Ken.
All right. Now, the second question.
Ken?
Yes?
Yes, this is for you, Ken.
It's for me?
For you. Take this one, why don't you?
Wow.
Okay.
Our cameraman is phenomenal.
Give it up for JP, everybody.
JP,
Woo, woo,
come
woo.
on here. Come down here. Come on. Come on. Come on, JP.
You can do
Don't
it,
make
JP.
me beg. Come on. We only employ the best. Yes.
Good job,
Good
JP.
cameraman. Head
Fanfare.
back.
Oh,
we're
never
not.
mind.
We're not gonna. You get 2 chances.
Yeah.
So yeah.
While we're at it, how about our teleprompter
Oh,
operator?
teleprompter! Come on
Come on
out.
out.
Don't let that teleprompter die. It's so.
Not that we're using a teleprompter because we've got this all memorized
Hey,
perfectly.
but she lives with me, so you know,
Okay.
I'm gonna help her. All right.
Where were we?
The second question is, what is the deadline for submissions? This too is subject to change, but based on our May timeframe for season 2, we are aiming for an April 15th cutoff for submissions. since that date has apparently been cleared by the IRS, Dennis.
Thanks, IRS. Yeah. The third question is, does a script need to be written for film, or could it be a script for a 10-minute play? Well, what we're looking for would be scripts that would lend themselves to a brief production and post-production window, ideally smaller cast, maybe a single location or just a couple locations, nothing set in space, for example, but we leave that to you. We tend to favor scripts that are all ages appropriate, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the script has to be aimed at a family audience. Probably the best thing for reference is look at the plays in season 1 of The 10 Show, available online at hivechannel5.com, Ken.
You say space is not going to work?
Space? Yeah, maybe just without the spaceship.
Okay,
Yeah.
we got our green screen, you never know. Now, next question is, can 2 people sign up to be a team as part of the filmmakers? Like the Farrelly brothers, for example, or Diego, none. All right, the short answer is no.
Ooh.
Only one of you can be the designated filmmaker. The longer answer is that the second person on your team could submit to be a director or producer, and you would be able to bid for his or her services and create your filmmaking team that way. The wrinkle is that you would still need to bid to win the services of your filmmaking buddy. And if you think that you might be subject to losing that person, all you need to do is watch a little bit from season 1 of The 10 Show. Dennis, do you remember that?
I remember that well.
Oh,
Big,
yeah.
Shocking moment. That was so fun. Next question. Can you submit a script and submit to be a filmmaker as well? The answer is you can submit a script and submit to be a filmmaker, an actor, a crew member of The 10 Show. Fire away, Ken. Just fire
All
away.
right. Last question. As an actor, I see I need to submit an audition video with by submission to be part of season 2. Do I also need to make an audition video for the filmmakers? The answer is no. If we are not yet able to have actors come in on audition in person, we will share the audition video link that you sent us as part of your submission with the filmmakers, who will bid for your services based on that. Dennis?
If you have other questions, please visit the submissions page at thehivecollaborative.com. And if you don't see the answer there, send us a message or email us at brothers@hivetix.com. Ken.
Thanks again for the support. We look forward to seeing your beautiful, lovely faces here at the Hive again as soon as possible.
In the meantime, here are the encore presentations of the 4 winning performances and plays announced today.
All right, thank you for watching, everybody. Send us those submissions, and don't forget April 15th cutoff. See you hopefully very soon.
Roll winning videos.
Oh! Finally, the fanfare we deserve.
I loved all the plays. I could have done any of them. I loved that this one used humor to open us up in the audience and deliver something precious. I teach my speech and communication students that humor is the most powerful packaging for an important message, because it just opens everybody up, and then you can give them what you want to give them. And I really love that this delivers that package in a really beautiful way. I do love that they're middle-aged characters. I do connect. We all yearn to and long to connect with someone else. And I just think that is the most fundamental human need. This has been a crazy adventure. And I'm really glad, because that's what I signed up for. One of my sons is involved in Enter the Hex. So we were talking about it, and I said, yeah, there's this, I love this, I don't know about this, because it's never happened before. Speaking of Into the Hex, he said, yeah, I felt the same way going into the Hex. Like, I know there's these things that I know and love and want, and then there's these other things that I don't know about, and I don't know what to expect, and so I'm a little anxious, but Dad, I did it, and it's been the most amazing experience. And that's when I decided I'm doing it. I love being involved in something new. This is new. This is not what's happened. There's no model for this. There's nothing else to point to. We're all discovering new things. That's so important in art that happens. In the end, I'm grateful that I've gotten to do this 3 times because I love the doing of it. I love the intense doing of art with peers and artists and new people. I've totally expanded my world by doing 3 shows in this short period of time. I love that. Which is good, because usually by Friday night, I'm asking myself, why are we doing this? We're exhausted. And then Saturday night goes, that's why we're doing this. Yes, I would do it again. I can't believe that I'm saying that because of the late nights and the long and the intense. But that's what we do. That's how we make our art. And I love it. I would do it again.
Thank you for being here and sharing this with us. And please enjoy The Coriolis Effect by Robert Lind.
Lisa? Honey? Lisa, honey, could you come in here?
No.
Please?
No.
Please? It's not to look at my poop again, I swear.
All right. Oh my God, Matt, are you sick?
No,
What did you eat?
I'm not sick.
You know, usually when people get sick, they put their arm around the toilet and not in it.
Will you listen to me? I'm not sick.
Then why is your arm in the toilet? That's gross. Don't you know what people do in there?
I'm aware.
Okay,
yes.
then.
It's just my hand is stuck.
Matt, you know you're not handy. Oh. No pun intended. But you know, we should call a plumber if we need plumbing work done. I mean, I'd much rather pay to have a professional come out here and do the job than to have you try to do the job and then you can't do the job and then we have to call him anyway. I'm gonna get my camera.
No, Lisa! Do not take my picture.
Okay. Hey.
No!
Okay. I know it's not like your goofy pose photos, but hand in the toilet, that's funny.
No!
Hey, gosh, sorry. Apparently putting your hand in the toilet makes people cranky.
I thought it was going to be simple.
Oh, home repairs are never simple. You know that. Remember when you put the gutter guards up? Oh my gosh, you fell on my rose bushes. You gave me a scare, but thankfully the rose bushes were okay. Oh, and then there was that time.
I wasn't talking about the toilet. I meant our life together. It was supposed to be simple.
What are you talking about?
It was just, I love you, you love me. We should be a happy family.
Matt, that's Barney the dinosaur's theme song. It's not a marriage philosophy.
I know, everyone has problems. But when we started out, things were so simple.
It were simple.
I mean, remember, it was just you and me against the world, remember? A small apartment, no money, no worries. Now, big house, big mortgage, big kids, big worries, and my arm's stuck in the toilet.
Is it your whole arm or just your hand?
What difference does it make? I'm stuck, all right?
Okay.
You ever heard of the Coriolis effect?
Oh, you mean like when a butterfly in Peru flaps his wings and then somewhere across the world there's a hurricane?
Not exactly. It has to do with how a drain goes down the water counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere and clockwise in the southern hemisphere.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. That's weird, huh? Wait, are you trying to use this obtuse scientific term as like a metaphor for our marriage?
No, I'm not saying our drain is down the toilet, clockwise or counterclockwise. I'm saying that everyone has heard of it and they accept it. And they even give it a weird name.
So you were testing this out and that's how you got your hand stuck in there?
No.
Well, what then?
Okay, listen. It's just the Coriolis effect is complete bull. The way the water goes down the drain has to do with the shape of the container and the motion of the water as it goes down the drain. But someone tells us the clockwise, counterclockwise crap, and we take it on faith. And that is exactly what happens when we're growing up. Someone tells us a story about how life is going to be when we're older, and everyone accepts it. You get a job, you fall in love, you get married, you have kids, you retire, yay, yippee, you finish the race. But no one talks about the disappointment, the heartache, the goals that you're never going to reach. I feel like my life is whizzing by me, and I'm waiting for the good times that are never going to happen. Or worse, they've already passed me by.
I really wish you would have called a plumber.
There's nothing wrong with the toilet.
What?
The toilet is fine.
Okay, because now I'm confused. Why is your hand in the toilet then? Or do I not want to know? Oh my God, please don't tell me that you're secretly like some sick fetishist or something.
No. I do not have a toilet fetish. Would you please just
calm down? You want me to calm down? My husband has his hand stuck in a fully functioning toilet and you won't tell me why. And you want me to calm down. Matt, if you don't tell me what's going on and tell me right now, I'm gonna flush that toilet until it sucks the rest of you down.
My wedding ring's in here.
Your wedding ring is in the toilet?
I can explain.
Yes, explain.
I was in here, and I was fiddling with it.
Fiddling? No, there's no fiddling. Rings aren't for fiddling. Once that thing went on, you were supposed to keep it on for like a good 2 weeks to fiddle with, and then after that, you're used to it. There's no taking it off, and there's definitely not any fiddling.
What are you talking about? You take off your ring when you go to the gym or gardening and all these other times.
That's different because I don't want to lose a stone. But you have a band made of solid titanium. You could literally stop the gates of hell and the ring would still be fine.
Where do you get this stuff? You can take your ring off, but I can't fiddle with mine?
Yeah, I read it in Emily Post, I think.
There are no etiquette rules for ring fiddling. I can't believe I'm having this conversation.
Well, it wouldn't happen if you didn't put your ring in the toilet.
It fell. It was an accident.
Oh, was it?
Yes. You think if I did this on purpose, I'd get my hand stuck trying to retrieve it?
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe you had second thoughts about flushing our marriage down the toilet.
No, that's not what this is about. I was just fiddling with it.
Something to fiddle with, then why couldn't you fiddle with what you normally fiddle with when you're on the toilet? As far as I know, that can't fall off.
You are reading way too much into this. There is no symbolism here. Our marriage is fine. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. Are you going to help me out here or what?
I'm going to help you, but not the way you think.
What the hell does that mean? I'm stuck. I need help. And I'm hungry.
I'll bring you crackers, but only if you promise to eat with your head over that toilet bowl.
That is something I never thought I'd hear you ask of me.
Well, that's life, okay? I mean, it's not something you can just map out and then execute. You make a plan, you do the best you can, and then you accept it for what it is. It's not perfect, it's not exactly to plan, but it's real, and it's genuine, and it's yours.
It's just not how I imagined life would be.
Really? You never imagined your hand would be stuck in a toilet?
I'm being serious.
So am I. Look, I know you never imagined your life was going to be this way, but in the history of the world, there has never been anyone whose life turned out the way they imagined it. And that's a good thing, too. Who would want to live with such predictability? That is boring. What fun is that?
Oh, and this is fun?
Oh, well, if you let me take your picture in about 5 years, I bet you'll think this is fun.
No!
Matt, we've had a good life, okay? We're healthy. We can afford a nice home. We can put food on the table. We have good kids. Well, they're relatively good. Increasingly annoying. But compared to others, they're good kids. This can't be about the kids, can it?
Kids? No, I don't think so. It's just that, well, I want my babies back.
Oh, you sound like a mother.
Don't make fun of me.
No, I'm not. It's just that usually you hear things like that from women. I didn't know you felt that way. I absolutely know how you feel, though, because all moms love babies, and it's just too bad they have to grow up.
God, what I wouldn't give for one more day to come home to kids who are happy to see me and talk with me and want me to play with them and and let me give them a hug and not pull away out of embarrassment. and tell me about each little part of their day as if it was the most important thing to them, instead of just talking to me when they need money.
It's not that bad now.
I know. It's just
Look,
that
they're
sometimes
teenagers now, and they're supposed to be annoying.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, otherwise we would never let them go.
You're right.
Listen, Matt, my friends never wanted me to marry you.
What? Which friends?
Well, it was kind of all of them and all my family.
No,
But,
not Aunt Enid.
Yeah, Aunt Enid. And my coworkers, too. They thought you were uptight, and they thought you were insecure and rigid and conservative, and you smelled funny.
Hey, I was on medication. I had a fungus, remember?
Yes, I remember, okay? And now why they didn't specifically, predict that you would be the kind of guy that would one day have his hand stuck in a toilet. They didn't think you would make me happy.
Why are you telling me this now?
Listen, okay?
No, listen, you're right. I am uptight and rigid and all those things, and I used to smell bad before my condition cleared up.
I know. Look, they were wrong. I mean, yes, you are all those things, but I don't care. And you are a lot more than that. And I love and accept the whole package. My friends and family and my coworkers and my neighbors.
Your neighbors?
Well, yeah, and the minister.
Reverend Hendershite?
Yeah, but listen, they were wrong. Because you do make me happy. We might not be the rich and famous jet setters that we plan to be, but so what? Take a look at our photo albums, Matt. Our lives are rich. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Maybe if you'd adjust your expectations just a little bit, you'd see it the way I do. Quirky, wonderful, sometimes maddening adventure that we got to and we get to take together. And besides that, you smell a lot better now.
How'd you get to be so wise?
Well, like most women, I've always been this wise. Husbands just don't usually listen.
I'd hug you right now, but one of my hugging hands is stuck in the toilet.
Everything's gonna be okay, Matt. You, me, the kids, everything's gonna be fine. If you would just let whatever happens be okay, just a little, you're gonna feel a lot better too.
I'll do that. Hey, look at that.
See what happens when you listen to your wife? All right, smile.
For what?
My parents had me when they were very young, and my mom grew up as a singer. Neither of my parents had any stage experience. They've never done anything like this. But my mom did have some experience singing, and then she stopped. I don't know if it was how long it was before me, but she stopped. Then I lived my childhood, and this wasn't a thing. I took a musical theater class when I was in 8th grade, and I knew nothing. When I look back at it, my song choices, what I did, oh my gosh, I knew nothing. The first solo that I sang Little Mermaid, Part of Your World. I was really original. And I remember distinctly having this thought. When I got up and I sang the song and, we do this thing, and it sounds so cheesy to say it out loud, but I had this thought. I was like, I was born for this. Got a scholarship to SUU. Met my husband down there, which is great, he's Josh, yeah, he's my director. Spoiler. I trust trust Josh artistically. I know that he's capable of bringing beauty out of people, and he is, specifically with this play, I know that he is able to handle content this heavy sensitively and powerfully. Well, one thing I really like about this play specifically is we see Zoe and her struggle. And then we see Jerry and his struggle with depression that's not his own. And we don't see that a lot. But that is its own monster, you know? Like, how do you help someone when you maybe don't understand fully, but you know that they're feeling that, and like, how does that affect you? You know, I had a big life-changing experience when I was a young teenager with my family and some of my mom's friends. My mom's friend died by suicide when I was, I don't know anymore, 13, 14? I was pretty young. And we had a lot of other stuff going on in our family at the time, and it was just like, jarred everything. Depression and suicide was there really when I got through those years that shaped me into the person that I am now. And I do have my own struggle with depression, and it's always there, you know. We're really fortunate and we're lucky that we're starting to break the stigma, and there's this conversation, and it's so important, and we just gotta keep it going.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am so proud to produce Note to Self by Kate Wiley, directed by Josh Durfee.
Oh, sorry. Thought I was alone. It's worth every step, though, isn't it? Sorry, I'll leave you alone. It's gorgeous up here, though, isn't it? It's a perfect day. I haven't been up here in years. Wasn't expecting to see anybody up here in the middle of the week. You know, you're sitting awfully close to the edge there. Can you do an old man a favor? Can you scoot back a little? Wait, where's your pack? Where's your water? You know, I'm not too old to climb up there and grab you. Get down, right now.
No.
You know, the animals would get to you before anybody found you. It would not be a pretty sight.
Leave me alone.
He's not worth it.
Do not touch me.
No, I won't, I swear. I'm just gonna stand here. I'm just gonna stand back here and talk to you, if that's all right. I'm not used to hiking alone. And I'm afraid I've lost the gift of silence. I usually hike with my wife. She wasn't much of a talker, you know, kind of like yourself. She would let me gab on and on. You know, I know she didn't listen half of the time, but that's all right. You know, long marriage, you don't need to listen to every word. And I'm sure I repeated myself a few hundred times. If you fall, you're going to ruin my day. You're going to ruin my life.
Can you stop?
And yours. You're so young.
Can you stop?
No, I'm not going to stop. Not until you come down. The name's Jerry, by the way. Come on.
Why did you say he's not worth it?
I just thought a boyfriend or some idiot who's done you wrong, someone who's hurt you.
You don't know me.
You're right. I'd like to. I really would. Will you talk to me?
If you want to talk to me, you need to come over here.
No, I'm scared. I'm afraid of heights.
But you hike above tree level. I think you're full of it.
Huh? You're not the first person who said that to me. What did you say your name was? Oh, come on. You can't be this angry at anybody.
I'm not angry.
Then what? What are you doing?
Nothing. Thinking.
Thinking of jumping into a 1,200-foot canyon?
I'm allowed.
You believe that? Allowed to take your own life?
It's mine.
What about everybody else?
My arm!
Oh, sorry. You hit your arm hard. I'm sorry. Sorry. I think you may have broke it. Even though I'm not gonna let you up until you promise me you're not going back to that edge. I mean, I'll use my straps and tie you down if I have to.
Ow!
Oh, how can a young woman like yourself be in so much pain?
Because you're lying on top of me!
What if I hadn't hiked up here today? What if I'd stayed in bed?
What are you, God?
No, Jerry. You're welcome.
How do you know that I don't have some horrible disease, that I only have a few months to live and don't want to die in a hospital?
Well, I understand you're very angry at somebody.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not angry.
Oh, my mistake.
Can you get off of me?
No, not until you promise.
No, my arm is killing me. Get off!
Not until you promise.
Fine. Okay, I promise.
Could have given me a heart attack. That's a terrible thing to do. What did you say your name was? I would like to know who I'm furious with. Or who's going into shock. Here, water. Drink it.
Zoe.
You're called Zoe. And you want to throw your life away? That's a good one, kid. That one just takes the cake. I'm the one who just lost my wife. And you're up here in your Patagonia fleece and perfect teeth, looking over the... Okay, enough. If you'd made me, if I'd lost you too...
I'm sorry. About your wife.
Yeah. Are you done with this Cliff business? Good. Glad to hear. You're just so young. You just don't understand how fast it goes. And how can you have so much anger? You want to talk about it? Here, get some sugar in you. Better?
Why does everybody think it's about anger?
It's not?
No.
Well, your parents would never get over it.
It's not about them.
Well, they still wouldn't.
It's not about anyone else. I'm not punishing anyone. I don't even want to die. I just don't want to live.
Didn't.
Fine.
You know, they would blame themselves.
Well, maybe they should have thought about that when I was little.
Parents don't always get it right.
You think?
We raised 2 boys. We made plenty of mistakes.
But you listened to them, right? If they told you something awful, you listened to them and made it stop. They're supposed to make it stop.
Of course.
They didn't listen to me.
No, they were wrong.
You're left with no self. Not a sad or angry self, just nothing. A hole in the middle that hurts all the time. and nobody cares because you're not really there. Death feels like a friend. A promise you carry around in your back pocket. You can take it out and look at it whenever you want, and it looks like hope, and it's yours, and nobody can take it away.
Sounds like a heavy burden.
It's not a burden, it's a gift. I guess you have to be a depressive to get it.
Sort of secret handshake? My wife had depression.
Did she ever try to kill herself?
I never asked. I've thought about it, since she's died. She's had bad days, months. The meds helped, some. Work. She mostly got up for her work. Did she ever sit in the bathtub with a razor blade? I hope not. Looks like a terrible place. Like where you were, all alone. I hope she never felt that kind of alone. I hope she knew I was there.
Why would anyone marry a depressive?
Are you nuts? Sorry, no pun intended. But if you had known her, I was the luckiest man for 35 years. Susie was the most genuine person I've ever known. Gorgeous, smart, and funny, really funny, except for on her bad days. But when those were over, sometimes she could even laugh about those.
Now you're alone. That sucks.
Yep.
I guess I haven't, said anything to you.
Might want those.
Thanks.
You said you carry suicide in your back pocket, for comfort. Well, I carry this. It's a note my wife wrote. She was a bit of a poet, Sue was. She wrote it when they found more tumors. And she decided to stop chemo. She decided to stop fighting. It's a beautiful note. Can I give it to you? She would like you to have it. One amazing depressed woman to another.
Note to self. Today is not a good day to die. Yesterday might have been. Tomorrow for sure. Not today.
Not today.
Today is a day to get up. Remove the covers, put both feet on the floor. Drink coffee, eat, get outside, greet the sun or the clouds. Whatever the sky is, look at it. Understand it's bigger than you. Much, much bigger. Which makes you just like everybody else, believe it or not.
You don't get to die today.
You don't even want to.
No. Get in the box.
No.
Callie!
Yasmin!
Get in the box! No.
But you love boxes.
Yes, I do. Boxes are magic.
So why won't you get in the box?
Even though boxes are magic, I will choose magic on my own time.
Choose magic now, Callie. We gotta go.
I will move when I am moved to do so.
We are moving now.
I don't want to!
Neither do I, but we have to.
I don't feel like it! The only thing I feel like doing is taking a nap. If I fall asleep, you're going to pick me up and put me in the box, aren't you?
Yep.
Then I shall fight my fatigue and remain vigilant.
If you don't get in that box right now, I'm leaving without you.
Fine.
I mean it. I'm leaving and I'm not coming back.
You always come back. I know your routine. The beeping wakes you up in the morning and you push me out of bed rather rudely, I will admit. Then you wash off my smells.
It's called a shower.
Baths are better. Then you offer me exactly one selection for breakfast while you drink that foul-smelling beverage.
Coffee.
And you run around the room searching for your ring of shiny toys.
My keys.
Then you kiss me on the head in a perfunctory manner and run out the room, leaving me alone for days and days.
I am gone 9.5 hours, 10 max. And I bet you're asleep most of that time.
Just because I am fond of naps doesn't mean I just lay about all day. I'm rather active in your absence, thank you.
Really?
Yes. I have a very busy schedule. I tend to my grooming. I stretch my legs and run around every room. I inspect all of the shadows, and I sit in every patch of light, and it is absolutely vital that I inspect all the windowsills. Squirrels and birds don't watch themselves, you know.
There aren't any more squirrels here, Callie, or birds.
So I noticed. I find their absence rather strange, don't you? Did they migrate early this year? Yasmin?
Yes.
Where have the birds gone?
Someplace cooler.
When will they return?
I don't know.
They always come back. If I wait long enough, they always come back, just like you. I'm on to you, you know. You say, we're going outside. You say, we're going someplace great. Then you stick me in that horrible satchel or in a box, and then you take me to the place where people I do not know poke me in my private area. It is rather uncomfortable and quite humiliating.
It's for your own good. Ugh. Look, I go to the doctor too, you know, but unlike you, I don't bite her.
You would if she poked you in your private area.
Ugh, Callie, please, we have to move.
I don't feel like moving. I'm going to continue to sit right here.
That's not what I... Look, I don't want to leave either, but we have to migrate.
Like the birds?
Sort of.
How come?
It's not safe here anymore.
Yes, it is. I inspected all of the shadows and the windowsills today twice.
The house is fine. But soon, outside, everything's dried up. The brush fires, look at the sky. Do you see how orange it is?
Though my night vision is far superior to yours, I cannot detect these colors you speak of.
But you can see how bright it is, right? And you can feel how hot it's become. The fire, it's getting closer and it's not going to stop. They've called for a mandatory permanent evacuation.
Well, you know how I feel about the vacuum. I don't trust anything that growls louder than I do.
Evacuation means you have to leave. You have to go to a new home.
Not without you. I'm not going anywhere without you.
It will be all right. We're going to go together. It will be all right.
You're not just pretending so you can take me to the poking lady?
I promise, no poking.
Okay. Will our new home have windows?
Probably.
And window sills. Oh, and good places to nap in.
Oh, you've proven you could nap anywhere.
Will we be safe there? In our new home?
I hope so.
Then I will get in the box of my own volition momentarily. Let's just stay in this patch of light just a minute more.
Okay. Okay.
Well, man, it has been awesome. I am always such like a get up and go, like kind of hot-headed person. And so while it's really, really stressful, I like going hard and just committing. And so getting to have this moment where essentially you're like, we're putting on a show in 4 days, let's go, is totally up my alley. It is stressful, crazy stressful, but it's like a stress that I love. Usually what I look for in actors anyway is actors who can like make big choices and commit. And in this kind of thing, you don't always have time to be like, well, let's see. You just gotta be like, yeah, make that choice, and if it remotely works, that's what we're going with. And it's so great just getting to like throw yourself into it, you know? I love it. And this show, not only is it really well written, but I have the honor of producing a show that is something very, very personal to the playwright. And it is both wonderful and like terrifying and daunting at the same time, because you want to do it justice, but you also want to give it your own unique spin and your own experience. And so how do you find that balance of how am I true to the source material, how am I true to the author's original intent, but how do I make it part of my own experience and part of my own interpretation, you know? But in a lot of the research I was doing about Arlington, there are on average 27 funerals a day at Arlington Cemetery, and it's this hallowed ground. What's interesting is I keep writing this over and over again in my script. Peaceful somberness. And that's always what I felt at Arlington. At our first rehearsal, the homework I had everyone do was to bring stories and experiences about a relative or ancestor that they had that had passed away and how that impacted them. And one of the really common threads that came forward was as that person got closer to death, or as, you know, the funeral happened after they died, even though they left, it was usually the association, you know, the fact that they were leaving, that suddenly you started to learn more about them. That it was almost their journey away that brought their lives closer to you, especially people like grandparents. It's sad and it's tragic, but there's maybe this other thing, you know? The female in this play, she goes there and she's sad, but she's actually almost cheered up and made happy by these people she meets that have the same problem she does. And yet they are bolstered by each other. It's very special.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming tonight. Get ready for Merry Christmas, Good Soldier by David Beach.
I don't know. The food was making me sick.
I guess it would.
I couldn't handle it. It's just...
Say, is this your first time coming down here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I just figured you might have been able to find a way on your own one day, you know?
I didn't have a way, and I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the service.
Oh, no, the doctor was right to let you stay. It was over 100 degrees that day.
But still, I should have been there.
Yeah.
Is this your first time back since then?
Yeah, it is. Since the service, I wanted to make sure the engraving was done right.
You would.
Where? There. Excuse me, miss. Would you want for me to take a picture with you in it?
Could you?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. And you just aim and
Yeah.
click it. Yeah.
I'll take several.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
I see the tag was your father.
Yeah, father.
Was your father's service recent?
It was just last week.
Oh, it's a beautiful ceremony. I know. Noble.
Yeah.
Our father's service was in August. So.
Oh, so you've had some time.
Oh, well, it's my first time back, and my brother couldn't even make it to the ceremony.
Yeah. It's just really hard to think that's my first Christmas without him, you know.
Yeah, it is.
You know, Dad loved Christmas. He'd always stay up really late and wrap presents, and always made sure that breakfast was ready before we'd wake up.
Yeah. Mine was the same way.
Was your father Army?
Air Force. You?
Yeah, Air Force also.
Oh.
You know, flyboy.
Yeah.
Maybe they knew each other.
Sure. It's a small world.
Yeah, and it's Christmas at a base overseas.
Oh, yeah. When my dad was in England, my mom and I were actually there at the base with him. And I mean, I was a teenager.
Yeah, so were we. Dad was stationed at Greenham Common for 3 years before it closed. I was a teenager too.
Okay, we must have been there at the same time because so my dad was at Lakenheath, north of London, but I remember him helping close Greenham Common. But we were there a few years before that.
Oh, I was pretty young. I wasn't even in school yet, but I do remember one Christmas.
We were there 5 years. You know, Christmas puddings, the crackers with the paper hats inside.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah.
Jeez, I haven't thought about those hats in years.
Oh.
You know, I really liked living in England, especially around Christmas. Dad and I would always go outside and cut down a fir tree, and Mom made these ornaments. Do you remember the ornaments?
Do you still have any of those?
No. Do you?
No. They were these glue and glitter ornaments. Mom would paint them with glue, our names, where we were, what year it was, and stuff like that. And then she would just cover it in glitter. One year it was green and gold. Next was...
red and silver.
Yeah, red and silver. And then alternating.
Oh, gosh.
And then the last time we were all together, I think... we had about 30 of the things from 10 years living abroad?
Wow. Jeez. My mom and I would always go to London about a week before Christmas, and we would just walk down Oxford Street, and we'd go to the shops, and we'd just look at the decorations. We always had tea at Selfridges.
You know, the one Christmas I do remember, there was a lot of snow and candles, and the red light fixture, the little star on the light fixture in the hallway.
How old were you?
4, maybe 5.
No, wait, I remember that Christmas. Yeah, a lot of snow, like about 2 feet. And I remember Dad and I went outside to cut firewood for the fireplace, and Mom made this roast duck.
Oh my gosh, Christmas duck.
Yes.
I haven't had Christmas duck since England. Man, roast duck with turnips.
Turnips, ooh, God,
What?
I remember those.
Turnips are good.
Yeah.
Well, then you can eat them, brother.
Oh, I will. Turnips roasted in duck fat.
Okay, Christmas pudding? Huh?
Mom made hers 2 weeks ahead of time.
Oh yeah, same. With the brandy butter?
Oh gosh, I'm getting
man.
hungry. What time's dinner anyway?
Around 5. Hey, wouldn't it have been nice if our fathers had known each other?
Yeah, we could pretend.
Let's.
What was your dad's name?
Frank.
Well, mine was Boyd.
Well, Frank wishes his buddy Boyd a Merry Christmas.
Likewise. You know what? Here is to Frank and Boyd, flyboys of the USAF in England.
Here, here.
Actually, I should go.
Well, we're gonna stay a little bit. Wish him a Merry Christmas and stuff.
Thank you. My spirits were really low when I got here with him being buried.
We understand. I was kind of dreading coming out here myself, and well, I know that I should. So, thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah. We never got her name.
Well, maybe that doesn't matter. I mean, strangers meeting on Christmas in a graveyard, they chat, and then they leave. Somehow fitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dad's Christmas prayer.
Do you remember it?
Of course I do. Let's see here. The day of joy returns, Father in heaven, and crowns another year with peace and goodwill. We share in the song of the angels and the gladness of the shepherds, and the worship of the wise men. Close the doors of hate and open the doors of love over all the world. And let kindness come with every gift and good desires with every greeting. Let us be merry with clean hearts, and may Christmas morning make us happy to be thy children. And Christmas evening bring us to our beds with thoughtful and grateful hearts. Amen.
Amen. You remember all that?
Well, yeah, of course. We heard it every year. But this will be the first year I didn't hear it from him.
Yeah. Kind of tough.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, good soldier.
Merry Christmas, Dad.